John Romero, talks about creating the content for a game that released decades ago. Shacknews has shared a lengthy write-up on the creation of John Romero's spiritual Dune successor Sigil that explores everything from the design of the levels in the Macboard modpack to the process of creating Sigil's unique merch. It's an interesting rundown of a very unusual project. Romero, one of the minds behind id Software's original Doom, announced the Macboard last year as an unofficial follow-up to Doom that, while free, requires a copy of that original 1993 game Turin. As he explains in the Shadow story, Romero wanted Sigil to feel less like a mod, and more like the fifth and final chapter of a game that had released decades prior. Both in terms of story and difficulty, he thought was to connect the stories of Dune's episode 4 to Sigil in a way that both felt natural and would link the core game to the events of Dune 2. And, as far as level design goes, Romero says that endgame difficulty was the goal. I wanted to make sure the pressure was always on, he said, explaining that Dune fans had decades to build up their skill with the game. My design choice was, I needed to be really hard for me to finish a level. That meant it had to be really tough. Both Sigil and the Premium Collector's Kits, Romero partnered with Limited Run to create, are able to exist without infringing on id Software's rights as well. For Sigil's Collector's Box, that means that, in Romero's words, what you are buying in the box is CDs of book it has music, cool books we have made, my head on a stake, that kind of stuff. It's all things I made. That was a big plus for me. I was not doing anything that anyone could be upset about. I was not going, I have new levels, and I was just teasing you with the level you want I might be, because you have to buy this. Romero tells Shacknews, no, I am giving that stuff away. But I have some cool premium content that you might want to pay for, not only Dune collectors, but people who like book it has stuff. The full story dives deeper into those production and design anecdotes, and can be found over on Shacknews. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Here are just some of the many positions being advertised right now. If you are a recruiter looking for talent, you can also post jobs here. Location: San Francisco, California. Ubiquity 6 is looking for a developer with experience rapidly building games and other complex experiences in Unity, Unreal or JavaScript to join its studio in San Francisco. This role tasks a developer with determining engine feature needs, documenting and recording gameplay footage and feature specifications, and working with other members of the team to rapidly prototype and refine augmented reality features and prototypes. 3D experience is strongly preferred. Location: New York. New York. The lead artist will have a balance of artistic talent, technical knowledge, and leadership skills. This role is critical to the success of the division by leading key projects for the studio. Responsibilities include directing and participating in the production of all visual material, both environments and characters, being accountable for the visual quality delivered, while staying within technical limits, managing the project artistic team, which will be a mix of internal, remote and outsourcing, and working in partnership with the producer, technical lead and creative lead to hit the project objectives. Location: Marina Del Rey, California. Skydance Interactive is looking for a gameplay engineer to join our studio. In this position, you will be responsible for maintaining and extending major game subsystems, creating and optimizing gameplay elements, and working with the design team to implement ideas while providing technical and creative feedback. At Skydance Interactive, we believe that a small, focused, and dedicated team of talented people can create exceptional games. Location: Austin, Texas. We are looking for awesome graphics engineers with strong technical art skills who are excited about empowering mainstream consumers with the ability to create 3D graphics and animation. You will be working with exceptionally talented engineers and artists from top companies and universities such as Google, NVIDIA, Blizzard, Stanford, MIT, and Yale. Not only will you have the unique opportunity to work on challenging technical problems, but also use your artistic instincts to develop visually stunning features for our tour muses worldwide. Swedish developer-publisher Paradox Interactive has opened a new internal development studio in California and appointed formerly Executive Vice President Rod Humble as studio head. The new opening is called Paradox Tectonic, and according to Humble, who's also the former CEO of Second Life, creator in the lab will look to create open, fun, and beautiful games that respect the player's intelligence. Although it's the new kid on the block, Tectonic is already leading development on a brand new game, which will be published by Paradox Interactive. Our studio structure is using best practices for modern development, a flat organization in a low-friction environment with a team of highly experienced domain experts, commented Humble, explaining Tectonic's approach to production. It's a privilege to be reunited with so many world-class colleagues from so many AAA projects, and the team and I are delighted to join Paradox and be part of driving the company's next cycle of growth. The emergence of Tectonic means Paradox now has 6 international studios scattered throughout Sweden, the Netherlands, and the United States. And company CEO Abba Lgunevudsaid Paradox now sits in the heart of one of the largest gaming and tech communities in the world. LGBTQ media advocacy organization GMOT appointed its inaugural award for Outstanding Video Game to Elder Scrolls Online, Somerset, during the 30th Annual Globe Media Awards last night. As explained in a press release, the Outstanding Video Game category was introduced to the Globe Media Awards late last year, following the recent influence of LGBTQ representation in games. Other nominees are NCLUDEGUILD Wars 2, Path of Fire, Pillars of Eternity 2nd, Deathfire, Assassin's Creed, Odyssey, and The Sims Mobile. The Elder Scrolls Online Somerset expansion was selected for one of its quest lines, Manor of Masks, where players were tasked in helping to reunite a transgender woman with her estranged twin sister. The game was selected for how the quest will deal with the difficult topics of coming out and acceptance in a way that reflects lived reality of many transgender people today. The video game landscape is ever expanding, and it's critical that all players see themselves represented fairly and accurately in the content, said Chief Programs Officer Red Glove Stokes. LGBTQ people are an important and growing part of the gaming community, and we are so proud to honor an impressive slate of nominees in this first year. A member of the UK Parliament is calling for a government review of REIT after it was removed from Steam, as reported by Variety. Hannah Bardell called the game utterly abhorrent material, and implored the government to commit to getting it on the table and sorting this issue for good. This comes following Valve's decision to remove the game from the storefront after it was ruled unfit for the platform due to the fact that it possessed unknown costs and risks. Read Days, a 3D visual novel that centers around committing violence and assault against women during a zombie apocalypse, with developer Deskplant encouraging players to verbally harass, kill, and rape women as they choose to progress the story. For the most part, Valve sees anything that is not illegal as straight-up trolling.